There is power in the name of Jesus.
Hey ladies! It's been a while. I am so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's been a while, but I remember the last video I put up, I was 5 days past a 5-day transfer, and the only reason why I didn't want to update anything is because nothing really had changed, and I was just kind of like, well, there's no point of putting up a video when 4 days after the 10-day mark I was gonna have my beta, and I was like, you know, what's the whole point? Today is September 3rd. I had my beta on yesterday, and I'm gonna kind of go backwards and work my way up till today about the events, the things that's been going on, just whatever, okay? So the last time I talked with y'all, it was 5 days past a 5-day transfer. From 5-day to 10-day, it was pretty much the same thing. I was constipated, I was gassy, I was extremely bloated. I looked like I was about 3-4 months pregnant because of the bloat. What else? My back never stopped hurting. Like, it wasn't consistent, but it was just sporadic. It was just like, Monday I'm gonna hurt really bad, and then on Wednesday I'm gonna hurt really bad, and I just did not get much sleep. You know, I had my heating pad on my back because, I mean, my back was killing me. Tylenol extra strength did not help. I took 2 of them bad boys. They did not help whatsoever. So anywho, let's see, so I remember waking up about 2 to 3 times from the 5-day to the 10th day. And when I say painful, I mean painful. It felt like I was having surgery without anesthesia. And I probably said it in my last video, but it literally felt like somebody was operating on my lower back. And I mean the lower back, I meant like the bones, like the, I don't know what they're called, but like your pelvic, hip, back bone, you know. It felt like they were just doing this. Like, I just feel it. I could feel my body. Like, it was just hurting so bad. So anyway, let's see. So I called my nurse on, what day was that? I called her about, I think like 6 or 7 day past the 5-day, and I was just asking her questions. I was like, is this normal? You know, what's all this stuff going on? Oh, and I still have the the CM, the horrible CM. And when I say it's disgusting, like, ugh, I feel like it's like a yeast infection slash every STD in the book, slash, I don't know, like, it's just, ugh, all that progesterone, and they keep having you stick it up there, and ugh, gross. Like, it's disgusting. But anyway, so I called the nurse, and I was asking her about the back pain, the constipation, what I can take, what I can't take, what I couldn't take. I was asking about, what else? My back, the CM. I think that was pretty much it. Cause I didn't have any nausea. I got slight dizzy one day, and I felt like nauseous probably twice out the whole time. But it was kind of like a nauseous, like riding a car type deal. It wasn't any crazy stuff. So anyway, she was telling me that everything's fine. She said, right now it can be symptoms from the medicines, the estrogen, the progesterone. It could be symptoms from pregnancy. It could be symptoms from pain flow. And I'm just like, so there's no distinct. She's like, no, there's no distinct symptoms. So she told me that I could take Miralax, which I took, and it helped a little bit. And I remember there was one time at work, and I told my manager I had to go use the restroom. So I went to the restroom, and I started to pee. Well, I had the urge to do number 2. I was like, oh my gosh, this is about to go down. Like, I have never been excited to have a bowel movement like I was that day. And I was just like, oh, it's about to go down. I went and got that tissue, them paper towels, and I made a little cushion. And it went down. And I felt so much better. But, like I said, I took a little bit of that. I was trying everything. I drank pickle juice. I drank the 7-Up to kind of release the gas. Maybe that would, you know, help the flow of the balls move. Like, I was trying everything. So anyway, like I said, I was finally able to go and so forth and everything. So about, what day was that? So past that, like I said, it was really nothing much going on. Look at my calendar. I'm sorry. On 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What? On the 18th. Okay. Okay. So, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my calendar. Okay, so, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so, as y'all can remember, on the 19th, which is the day after my transfer, I had to do a mini dose of the ACG. So I did that on that Tuesday, the 19th, and then on the 23rd, which was that Saturday, I had to take another one. So I called my doctor on the 25th, I believe, to ask her when could I actually test. I was like, when can I do a urine test? Because with the ACG was a mini dose shot, it could show up in your urine and your bloodstream. So I didn't want a false positive. And I told myself, I'm not going to test. I don't want to test or whatever. I don't want to test. I just want to wait until my beta. Well, my husband drove me absolutely crazy. You hear me? He wanted to test like immediately, okay? And I'm explaining to him, baby, I can test all day, but first of all, I'm not about to spend $1 million like some women do and test the ACG out and then test the ACG in. Like, to me, that's ridiculous. That's just too much going on. And I was like, in my heart, I feel like I'm pregnant, and let's just keep it that way. He was like, but I want to know. I'm going by a test. And I'm like, if you go by a test, you're going to pee on it like that. So anyway, when I called my doctor, she told me that by September the 1st, that I can take a urine test and that should be accurate. So, and on the first, let me see. The first would have been, let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. The first would have been 14 days past a 5-day transfer. Okay, 14. Well, and my beta was on 15 days past due. They had me waiting a whole 2 weeks. They wasn't playing. And it was mostly, I'm sure, because I had to take the HCG mini shot, you know, and I think if I wouldn't have had to take it, I could have had my beta early, like most people. But anyway, so anyway, on the 30th, I told my husband I would take a pregnancy test on Monday, the 1st. He went crazy. Let's just take it Sunday, blah, blah, blah. And Sunday, we were going to be leaving to go home to where I'm from, to go visit family for Labor Day and so forth. So I was like, I know I didn't want to test while I was at my mom's house. Like, I didn't want that, you know, that if it's negative, I didn't want it to, you know, like, I didn't want it to consume me. I didn't want to take it before because I was like, you know, what if it's negative? I don't want to go out there and be upset the whole weekend. So anyway, that Sunday morning, I got up after having a rough night, you know, like I've been having them rough nights where my back, you know, hurting and stuff. So anyway, I got up that morning and I told my husband, I said, look, because he had already bought a test the day before. So I told my husband, I said, look, I didn't even say good morning. I was like, look, I got to go pee. So if you want to take this test, you need to go get it from the living room. So he turns, he points to the dresser that's in front of the bed. And he goes, it's right there. He had it, I wish I could have took a picture of it. He had it standing straight up, okay? He had it standing straight up, like sitting up, like it was a Christmas present or surprise. I turn around, I'm like, really? So anyway, I take it to the restroom or whatever, and I'm trying to get the box open, trying to hold my pee at the same time. So I open it up, and so I kind of look and see, you know, what the directions is, you know, but it has it on the box. Pregnant means this, pregnant means, not pregnant means this. So anyway, that was the 31st. So it was a day sooner than my nurse told me that I could test, because she said on the 1st it would make it at least 9 or 10 days past the actual mini HCG injection. That way I wouldn't have a false positive, but I took it 1 day sooner than she told me. So me, I'm like, if it come out positive, what if it's false? If it come out negative, you know, what if the HCG just hadn't hit yet? You know, like, I'm thinking all these weird things. So anyway, I go in there and I take the test, and I'm half sleepy, and I'm using the restroom, and I'm kind of like, and I'm looking at the test, I'm like, I'm looking at the box, I'm like, and so this is what I saw. Yeah, so I saw big fat positive. So I was like, okay, oh Lord, like, I'm looking at it and I'm not exactly sure how to react. And I'm just like, okay, is this real? Should I be happy? Should I not take this seriously? Why did I listen to my husband? I should have just waited. I mean, everything just went through my head. And so after I came out the restroom, I went to my husband. He was like, what is that? He was laying in the bed, and I was like, here, you look at it. So he's like this, trying to rub his eyes, because, you know, it's early in the morning. It's like 6 something, almost 7. And he's like, what is it? Is it positive? I said, yeah, it's positive. So he gets excited, you know, we hug, and and I'm just, like I said, I was still kind of like, is it real? You know, I'm not sure. So anyway, I was kind of like, I don't know whether to rejoice, be happy. And so he was like, you know, God wouldn't have gave you that positive. That's a strong positive. I mean, as soon as as soon as I put it under that line, it was really, really dark. And I was just like, well, maybe the HCG is not in there, because it would have been kind of faint, you know, if it would, you know. So anyway, I kind of had a moment where I kind of got teary-eyed, because I was like, is it okay for me to be excited? And I'm like, God, is this real? God, did you really make this happen? Did you really make these babies work? You know, and I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, I guess at the time, just kind of, just, it's like I have to know for sure before I get excited. You know, I don't like false excitement, if that makes sense. So anyway, I took a picture of it, as you can see, and I sent it to my mom, my dad, my aunts, and stuff like that, and a couple of family members. I don't know, I had some on my shoulder. A couple of family members, and so everybody was happy and so forth, and it was like, oh, I'm telling you, you're pregnant, I just know it, and you know, you gotta be pregnant, such thing as a, you know, false positive. And I'm just like, y'all just don't know about that HCG mini shot, that trigger shot. So anywho, so that was Sunday. So my appointment wasn't until Tuesday because Monday was a holiday, which I pray that everybody had a wonderful, wonderful Labor Day. Hope you didn't work too much. So anyway, my husband and I, we were thinking about taking another test because it was Monday and I had the beta on Tuesday. And so he was like, I'll go buy one. I said, you know what? I'm just going to leave it to God. I'm going to believe that I'm pregnant, and I'm going to just, you know, just have faith that I am pregnant. I'm not going to worry about going and buy another test, you know, like we can use that test money if we're pregnant to put it towards some baby stuff. I'm like, I don't want to, you know, and as excited as I should have been to pee on a test, you know, at that time, I was just kind of like, you know, I had seen so many negative tests, you know, like, till I was just kind of shocked to see that one. So by the time we came back home, we didn't have the air conditioner on, and the test didn't even show positive. It showed like a faint positive. You couldn't really see the stuff on there because it had been like a whole 2 days in a hot house. And so it messed it up. So I can't really save it, you know, just to say, oh, I had a positive, you know. So anyway, Tuesday morning comes. And I have the BGs out this world. And if you don't know what BGs are, they're bubble guts. The bubble guts. Bubble guts. Anyway, beta day. So beta morning, I had the bubble guts out this world. There was no such thing as constipation after I got finished. I told my husband if I used the restroom one more time, because I was so nervous. I have a nervous stomach, which means when I get either excited or I guess excited and nervous, whether it's like a job interview or starting something new, whether it be starting school, starting a new job, starting a new, anything new or anything exciting. What was that? I got noises in here. I don't even know where they're coming from. So anyway, anything that was stuck and constipated, came out. I mean, my stomach went from looking like 3 months to looking like beach body babe. You hear me? And so anyway, I went to the doctor and I got there a little early. And I got there like about, and it's so crazy because, you know, staying in Houston, for you to get somewhere early, like they had like an accident on the freeway, they had traffic by the Minute Maid Stadium, as always, and I still made it there like 15 to 20 minutes before I was supposed to be there. So I went ahead and I parked and I went in there and I was like, I'm here, and it's like, okay, and they just like, come to the back, and I'm like, ooh, no, wait. So they went ahead and withdrew my blood, and so that was on Sunday morning. I said, do you think that I may test it too soon? I said the test was really, really dark, and she was like, nah. She was like, you know, if it was positive, I'm pretty sure that it's positive. So she took the blood right over there, and then I asked how long would it take. I said, will they call me before I go to work? And she goes, no, they're probably going to call about 2. And I'm like, oh, now I got to go to work and have to, you know, which I really, like I said, I wasn't worried because I was just like, God, I know you got me, and I was just like, you know, God, just you know, kind of grant me peace. And I went to work with a very good attitude. I was happy and everything. So it didn't even bother me. So anyway, like I said, before I left, I told the lady I took a pregnancy test. And so she said, no, it should be positive. It should be okay. So she goes, well, I have another urine test if you want to test just today because it's been, you know, so many days. She said, you want to test? I said, please, can I? So anyway, she's like, sure. Should I go ahead and go pee in a cup? Now, I had just peed at home, but I had to go again. And so I peed in the cup, and so she went, got the little dropper, and she went in the restroom. She said, well, no, it takes about 2 to 3 minutes. So she took the pee, dropped it in there. She came in the room, she moved all the stuff and put in the trash. She went back in, and she was like, She was like, you have to be pregnant. She was like, this showed up too quick, and it showed up dark. She said, I think this is the darkest line I have ever seen. And she showed me the little test or whatever, and it was positive. And I was like, shut up. I was like, no, like her test was better than mine. Mine was a 5 day sooner, but like, you know, I was like, really? So anyway, she was like, yeah, she was like, I'm pretty sure this is right. She said, you know, yeah, you're pregnant like that. And I was like, so I said, can I have the test? So anyway, I got the test, and I'll insert a picture here of that test. And so then I left, and I showed the picture to my husband, and he was so excited. He's like, I'm telling you, pregnant. I'm just waiting on the numbers. I knew it. And, you know, my family, they were all cracking jokes and stuff. Like, it was just so hilarious. Like, it was a really good day yesterday, like, before I got to work. My family was just cutting up jokes, you know. I can't wait to hear your numbers. What if you got 4 in there? You're going to be the octo mom, the quadruple mom. They're sending me all kind of jokes, like making me laugh. I'm just sitting here like, y'all are messed up. They're like, we have a 2-kid babysitting minimum. Like, they were really cracking me up. And so I made it to work, and I was just waiting on a phone call. And my manager, she knew. When I walked in, she was like, you're pregnant, huh? And I was like, I don't know nothing. So anyway, I went and started working, and probably about 1, I got to work at 12, at about 1 o'clock, my husband started just bugging me. Have they called yet? Blah, blah, blah. Can you call them? You want me to call them? Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, baby, calm down. I'm just excited. I want to know. I'm like, oh my gosh. So, they actually called me around 2. And so